All aboard!
This is your captain. We'll be landing in 5 minutes.
Attention passengers, there will be a lifeboat drill on the promenade deck.
Flight number 421 is now boarding at gate 32.
Taxiway Alpha for 06 with information
Hold
Kilo.
06 and Alpha Tower, 1 Valley Air 280. Holding short, taxiway Alpha 06.
Fact: 80% of all aviation accidents are the result of human error. With proper maintenance, today's aircraft are built to fly safely for unlimited time. They are more dependable than they ever were.
Everything signed off?
Just about.
Today's aircraft are also more automated and more complex. However, the people who fly them, the people who control them, and the people who maintain and repair these complex aircraft are still the same. They're human.
Thanks for staying. No problem. Get some sleep, eh?
Fact: maintenance errors are accountable for up to 25% of all aviation accidents resulting from human error.
Jerry, we got a problem here with the pitch trim.
What's the matter?
Trim. I believe we're going...
Have you got the column? Which way?
Nose up.
Nose up?
Yeah,
Is that better?
that's better.
Checklists.
Checklists.
Trim failure. Disengage, switch, press, and hold it. Pitch trim left, E14.
Do you have control?
I have control.
Left E14. Circuit breakers in.
Manual elevated trim. We got to use that the rest of the way. Have you got control?
I have control.
Checklist complete.
Tell the tower we're going back.
Halifax Tower, Al Air is declaring an emergency. We have pitch control problems and need an immediate return.
Alley Air 280, are you able to return to runway 06?
We should be able to make 06.
Alley Air 280, you're cleared to left downwind runway 06. The wind 040 at 15. Advise fuel and souls on board.
We have 4,000 pounds of fuel and 6 souls.
My initial TSB briefing notes.
And?
Looks like a maintenance error. One of our best guys. You want to know who?
No. I want to know why.
Why what?
Why one of our guys made a mistake. You said it was one of our best.
Yeah,
Well, good people don't just screw up.
Collins did.
Yeah, but why? Why did he make a mistake? What went wrong? The briefing tell you that?
No.
Well, that's what I want to know.
Yes, but everyone else will want to know how we're going to handle it. Stakeholders on down, media included. So, do we fire him or suspend him?
Tell me something. What's more important to safety in the industry? Blaming him and firing him because he made a mistake? Or understanding why he made the mistake and fixing it so it doesn't happen again to him and anyone else? What's more important?
Understanding why an AME made a mistake is difficult. That's because a maintenance error most often results from a series of circumstances or a chain of events which interfere with an AME's performance at a critical moment. There are 12 major causes of performance interference, the dirty dozen. 12 everyday circumstances or events which can cause us to do things we normally would not do. Some have to do with our physical condition and personal state of mind when we're on the job. Fatigue, doing too much and getting too little sleep. Stress, the emotional and psychological wringer we experience at home and on the job. Complacency. I made this inspection 100 times and there's never been anything wrong. Communication, or lack of it, or those maintenance manuals, service bulletins and airworthiness directives, which sometimes seem confusing, or written by designers instead of those who work on aircraft. Other causes have to do with working conditions in the hangar. Those pestering distractions throughout the shift, the volume of noise at any given moment, one's lack of knowledge about a particular repair, and the lack of teamwork to help support an individual's need. The lack of resources to do the job properly. Still other causes are organizational. The pressure cooker of flight schedules and deadlines. And the norms of the workplace. The shortcuts each one of us take to get the job done on time. Any one of the dirty dozen can interfere with an AME's performance at a critical moment. Usually it's several of them linked together into a chain of events which can result in human error and an accident.
Yeah, we'll squeeze it in. No problem. And we'll clear the intermittent generator snag. Right. Okay, bye.
Let's peel back several layers of circumstances in our case study. Let's try to determine why an AME made a maintenance error. Let's try to identify how many of the dirty dozen interfered with an AME's performance at a critical moment.
Jerry. Bill can't make it, and this thing's due for an on-scheduled flight in the morning. Think he can pull a double shift?
You up to it?
Sure.
Good. Don't forget it's due for a Phase B, and there's an intermittent snag in the generator.
Could be an all-nighter, you know that?
Hey, yeah, well, I don't run the marketing department.
All right. We'll get it out.
Good, thanks.
Tired?
I'm all right.
Hey, Jerry, cut our weekend to sleep.
It's one of the reasons I'm separated.
Can you take a look at this?
Not now. Just follow the wiring diagram and I'll check it later.
Okay.
Jerry Collins, outside line.
Jerry, that's for you.
Take a message.
Yep. You want your dad to take you to hockey tomorrow? Yep, I'll tell him. All right. Bye-bye. Your son wants to know if you're taking him to hockey tomorrow.
I talk to him? Already? It's only 10:30. All right. Tell him I'll pick him up at 6:30. Can I take him for breakfast after hockey? Come on, Alice. We agreed on weekends. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. But...
Can you look at this now, Jerry?
Yeah, hold on. What?
Right.
Yeah.
Much should that go up?
No, just separate those. See him?
More coffee?
Yeah, sure, that'd be great. Those are new igniters. Don't bother pulling those. We'll fire them instead.
Okay.
Everything signed off?
Just about.
Good, we'll write it up and file it. Thanks for staying.
No problem.
Get some sleep, eh?
Got a hockey game in about 1 hour.
Halifax Tower, Al Air is declaring an emergency. We have pitch control problems and need an immediate return.
Alley Air 280, are you able to return to runway 06?
We should be able to make 06.
Alley Air 280, you're cleared to left downwind runway 06. The wind 040 at 15. Advise fuel and souls on board.
We have 4,000 pounds of fuel and 6 souls.
The TSB initial briefing had it right. Jerry Collins had left lock wire pliers in the tail section, the hell hole. The pliers shook loose from the voltage regulator shelf on takeoff and interfered with the control cables. It was a maintenance error, a human error. Jerry Collins had made a mistake, that's a fact. The question is, why? When you come right down to it, most AMEs encounter at least one of the dirty dozen almost every day. So how come more mistakes aren't made? Did you ever ask yourself why you don't make maintenance errors? Have you just been lucky? Or did your mistakes get caught in a safety net before they left the hangar? Most often, one of the dirty dozen is not enough to interfere with an AME's performance at a critical moment. Link one with another, however, and the chance for human error increases. Personal stress, fatigue, and on-the-job pressures are 3 of the dirty dozen which most often aggravate the negative influence of any one of the others. A tired brain and the emotional ringer from personal and on-the-job stress can complicate even the simplest of situations and cause you to do what you would normally not do.
We squeezed in an inspection to please the marketing department, didn't we?
Yep.
That's a problem we all have to correct. And we have to correct this, too.
We've been doing it that way for years.
Not anymore.
Our checklist doesn't tell you to take your tools out.
Yeah, but if you use it right, you can catch a lot of other mistakes.
Government safety regulations, industry procedures, and checklists are safety nets which can catch our mistakes before they leave the hangar. What about personal safety nets? We all get tired, we all get stressed, we all feel the pressure of flight schedules. We all make mistakes. In addition to the safety nets the government and the industry have set in place, what personal safety nets protect you from human error?
Generally what I do, and with my co-workers as well, is we try to set our toolboxes up so there isn't a blank spot in the toolbox. It's an old military thing that we've picked up on, and it works very well. Every tool's got its spot, and when you've completed the inspection, you go back through your toolbox and you check all your spots. If there's something missing, then you've got to account for it.
It doesn't embarrass me whatsoever to go up to someone and say, I don't understand this system, or I don't understand what's going on. We all work together as a team. You know, it's a team effort, even though we have different trades and different responsibilities. Our goal is to make the aircraft mechanically safe for flight, and we all work together to achieve that goal.
Generally, if I have to leave a job for whatever reason, I usually try to finish it to a point where I know when I come back, that particular part of the task is done.
And I make sure I finish a stage of the job where if I come back, I can continue on without the risk of having any errors develop.
Well, once you've completed an inspection, you generally would want to go back and just double check the work that you've done, in particular if you're working alone. And in a lot of cases, depending on the company's size, let's say the AME will be working by himself.
I'll go through, and a lot of times what I'll do is, even though I've done the inspection 100 times, complacency will set in after a time, but I try to think of today, when I open that panel and look at there's actually going to be something wrong. I'm going to find something today. Today's the day that this inspection is going to find something, and if I do that every time, then I find I put more effort into doing the inspection properly.
I think it comes a lot with the training that we get, you know, right from when we go into school. It's a matter of, it's almost like a game of you're looking for stuff, and you always, you know, try and sort of make a game of trying to find things that are wrong.
Follow the manuals. Give yourself enough time. Make sure that you stand up and say no when no is required. If the airplane's not airworthy and it's not ready to go, well, sometimes it's up to the AME to make that decision.
We're there to fix the aircraft, and that's what we'll do. We'll fix the aircraft, and when it's fixed correctly, then you can carry on and have it for your flight schedule.
I mean, there's stressful times, and it's just a matter of dealing with it the best way you can, and trying to organize yourself so that you minimize the stress.
Fatigue is a factor of the type of work we do. We're providing human factors training for all our people, and this you know, gives them an understanding and an appreciation of what fatigue is, and to recognize when they become fatigued. It also gives the supervisors an opportunity to know when their workers are becoming fatigued.
I think if a regulation was put in place, that would probably go a long ways to help the AMEs have something on their side and reduce the fatigue factor. So after your 12 hours or 14 hours, then you go home and you have 8 hours of uninterrupted rest. I think that would be a big benefit. There's only one way to do the work that we do, and that's to do it correctly.
To do the work correctly is to be constantly and consistently aware of the dirty dozen. By appreciating how each can interfere with good performance is probably your first and perhaps your best safety net. Awareness means keeping alert when you do the job and check your work. It means continually reminding yourself throughout your shift to work with your rational mind. Awareness means recognizing the fact that, like all the rest of us, you are human. Like the rest of us, when you are not thinking your best, when one of the dirty dozen interferes with your performance, that's when you make errors, human errors. Understanding why we make human errors is the first step to building safety nets to catch mistakes before they leave the hangar. For help in building those safety nets and for information on human factors training, contact your regional aviation safety officer.